When Chula Vista voters passed the Measure A sales tax increase, it was clear that the money was only supposed to be spent on hiring more public safety personnel. And so far, the city has hired more than 40 cops. But now, the department says it needs more cars for all the new officers. So the Measure A Oversight Committee recently asked the City Council to expand what the sales tax revenues can be spent on.
Number one, to purchase some vehicles so that the officers that have been hired actually have something to drive around on the street in. You're asked to, in effect, expand the drone program and cover some of the extra contracting costs for doing so.
That was David Stuckey. He's chair of the Oversight Committee. He also asked to spend Measure A dollars on counseling services for police officers. The City Council approved this request unanimously at the March 7th council meeting. But not everyone in the community is happy with this public safety spending, especially when there are other needs.
Is what the city of Chula Vista doing with public safety sustainable, and at what cost?
That is Russ Hall. He led the opposition movement against Measure A.
What are we giving up in the rest of our city government that's going by the wayside? Do the streets get fixed?
Hall points out that roughly 75% of the city's general fund net costs are spent on the police and fire departments. He says all that money comes at the expense of other services, like keeping libraries open after 5 p.m. on the weekends, or processing building permits in City Hall.
These things have to be talked about because these are commitments now financially that affect everything else in the city.
Chula Vista Mayor John McCann did not immediately respond to a request for comment. Gustavo Solis, KPBS News.